Jack the Ripper versus Hercules in Record of Ragnarok was one of the best anime fights I have seen in a long time. Not because of the animation, that aspect actually sucked, and it wasn't great due to any interesting background scenes. No, Jack the Ripper's fight against the demigod that is Hercules was completely different than any other anime battle simply due to Jack's utter depravity and deceitfulness. Jack always wanted to see the color of fear in people's auras. He had a special eye to see those colors, and his favorite eventually turned into a bright, shining yellow hue, that of Hercules' aura, even until the end of the fight. Sure, Hercules' story was cool and informative. He was able to be respected and loved by both humans and gods. He was the embodiment of strength, and even the humans cheered for him, possibly adding morale to their opponent. Jack, on the other hand, was pure evil. The humans hated him, even though he was fighting for them. A man who went around killing defenseless women, rampaging through the streets of London, unable to be captured even by a fictional character in Sherlock Holmes. Literally, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote those books, said that he couldn't write a character who could best Jack the Ripper. It seemed like Hercules' victory was assured. Jack kept attacking with pointless, weak weapons, and every now and then he might get a few good hits in on his foe. I honestly thought he was going to lose because he just was so weak. But here's where the brilliance of this fight began. Jack's scissors were crushed, yet he claimed his bag was his Volund, which would make anything coming out of the bag a divine treasure, able to hurt and damage Hercules. After using so many items out of the bag, I was convinced that was his Volund. He couldn't use anything bigger than that bag as a weapon. But dang, when he threw that clock at Hercules, I was in shock. His Volund was actually his pair of gloves. And boom, you think that he can't surprise you anymore. The blood he used from his self-imposed injury was a divine treasure since he touched it. I just couldn't believe how insanely deceptive Jack the Ripper really was. He not only tricked the demigod, but he even tricked the viewer, which is extremely hard to do when we have all of the evidence. Jack the Ripper's cunning and trickery gave him the edge, but his evil nature doubled as a sense of safety. Hercules thought that Jack was a liar and a scoundrel, so he planned on him using underhanded tactics. However, he and honestly no one else could truly grasp the magnitude of his depravity. Everyone knew that he was a bad guy, but somehow he performed acts beyond our imagination. It's as though we didn't want to believe a human could be so evil, but we were oh so wrong. Record of Ragnarok isn't an anime that received stellar reviews. It's also not a very visually impressive series. The one good thing about Record of Ragnarok was Jack the Ripper's truly maniacal personality and how it deceived and intrigued all of us anime watchers. Make sure to subscribe, and as always, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai, signing off.